afternoon and welcome to today's Downing Street press conference. I'm joined by Chief Scientific Advisor Sir Patrick Vallance and Chief Medical Officer Professor Chris Whitty. Before we get on to the detail, can I first give an update on the condition of the Prime Minister? I know a lot of people will be concerned about that. I can tell you he's receiving the very best care from the excellent medical team at St Thomas's Hospital. He remains stable overnight. He's receiving standard oxygen treatment and breathing without any assistance. He's not required any mechanical ventilation or non-invasive respiratory support. He remains in good spirits, and in keeping with usual clinical practice, his progress continues to be monitored closely in critical care, and we'll give further updates on the PM's condition when there are any material developments. And I know that there's been a groundswell of messages of support from people here at home, from leaders across the world, and I know that everyone will want to join with me in wishing the Prime Minister a very swift recovery. As you'll know, the Prime Minister asked me to deputise for him whilst he recovers, and in line with the Prime Minister's instructions, this morning I chaired the meeting of senior ministers tackling coronavirus, and this afternoon I chaired an update for members of the Cabinet. I think it's probably worth just remembering that, as will be the case for many people up and down the country who know someone at work who's fallen ill with the coronavirus, it comes as a shock to all of us. He's not just the Prime Minister, all of us in Cabinet, he's not just our boss, he's also a colleague and he's also our friend. So all of our thoughts and prayers are with the Prime Minister at this time, with Carrie and with his whole family. And I'm confident he'll pull through, because if there's one thing I know about this Prime Minister, he's a fighter, and he'll be back at the helm, leading us through this crisis in short order. And of course, for us in Cabinet, we know exactly what he wants from us and what he expects from us right now. And following the Cabinet discussion today, I can reassure the Prime Minister, and we can reassure the public, that his team will not blink and will not flinch from the task at hand at this crucial moment. We will keep all of our focus and all of our resolve with calm determination on delivering the government's plan to defeat the coronavirus. And it's with that objective and with that unity of purpose that the Cabinet turned to business today. We had reports from 4 ministerial groups on the action we're taking across all of the strategic priority areas, including NHS capacity, procurement of ventilators and personal protective equipment, the delivery of public services, including social care, on the economy and our support for both businesses and workers, and of course on the international action we're taking to reinforce our efforts on the home front. As we've explained before, our action plan aims to slow the spread of the virus, so fewer people need hospital treatment at any one time, and that will help us protect the NHS's ability to cope. At every step, we've been following the scientific advice, the medical advice, and we've been very deliberate in the actions that we've taken, so that we take the right steps at the right moment in time. We're increasing our NHS capacity by dramatically expanding the number of beds, key staff, life-saving equipment on the front line, so people have the care they need when they need it most. As we've consistently said, we're instructing people to stay at home so we can protect the NHS and so that we can save lives. So today I can report that through the government's ongoing monitoring and testing programme, that again, as of today, 213,181 people have now been tested for the coronavirus. 55,242 people have tested positive. The number of people admitted to hospital with coronavirus symptoms now stands at 18,589. And of those who have contracted the virus, 6,159 have, I'm very sorry to say, died. Every death in this pandemic is a tragedy, and our thoughts and our prayers are with their loved ones at what must be an incredibly difficult time. And I think these figures reinforce that the single most important thing that we can all of us do right now in this national effort to defeat the coronavirus is keep on following the government's advice, which is to stay home, protect the NHS and save lives. And I'll now turn to Sir Patrick, who I think will talk us through some of the data.
Thank you very much. Can I have the first slide, please? it's worth remembering this is a brand new illness. It transmits